Hi there, Zamir from NerdTube. These are my thoughts and spoilers of Freelance, starring John Cena. So in this movie, Cena plays a special force operative who loves his job. He goes around the world shooting the shit out of everything for Uncle Sam. It feels like he has a lot of purpose in life until he suffers a life-sustaining back injury, which means that he can no longer do the job that he loves. Now he ends up being a lawyer, but his life is miserable. He takes up a little bit of drinking. Him and his wife become a bit estranged and they end up being separated. Now, a member of his old Special Forces team has his own security business, and he hires lots of ex cops and lots of ex military members to be involved in his business. And he wants to hire John Cena to look after this young lady who's a journalist who'll be interviewing a dictator of a fictional country called Poldonia. Now, Cena takes up this opportunity after being a little bit reluctant initially, but he's been offered 20 grand and he could do with the money. So once him and the journalist go to South America and they're shitting on each other a little bit, but they don't like each other too much. Hijinks occur because whilst they're with the dictator, there's a revolution occurring. There's rebels. There's a coup. You name it. And so all three of our people, the dictator, Cena, and the journalist, end up having to run through the jungles of South America trying to survive. Now this movie is trying to play things for laughs. It's not trying to take things too seriously. And in that sense, because they're running through the jungles of South America, it kind of reminds you of movies like, say, Romancing the Stone and The Lost Kingdom with Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock. Sorry, The Lost City, I apologize, not The Lost Kingdom. So, as they're running through the jungles, we do get certain moments which are meant for comical value and some action scenes. But I think the most intriguing part of this movie, because there's not much to this film, by the way, but the most intriguing part of this film is this dictator. Is he really as bad as we're supposed to think he is? Is there more to him that meets the eye? Have we been fed a lot of lies? Has the people in the states been fed a lot of lies regarding who he is? And as as the pages start to turn regarding this character, and and things start to be more revealed, I guess that ends up being the most intriguing part of this entire movie, because everything else in this film is not that great. The jokes are not that great. The fish out of water elements are not that great. There's one guy who's trained to do everything alongside somebody who can't do jack shit. We've seen this before, as I said, with certain other films. Even that's not that great. It's just a very average, run of the mill film, which doesn't offer anything new, and it's just meh. If anything, if it wasn't for John Cena playing the leading role of this movie, I probably wouldn't have really given a shit. He does make it worth watching. There are other characters as well. There's the New Zealand actor. I'm going to butcher his name, so I apologize. Marton Kersokas. You've seen him before. He was in the first Equalizer movie. He also played an elf. I think he was the king of the elves, so to speak. Kate Blanchett's husband in Lord of the Rings, and he plays like a South American mercenary in this, and I think he's pretty cool. We also have a cameo, or a bit of a cameo from Christian Slater, as well as Alice Eve, who plays John Cena's wife. But yeah, once again, the film itself, what it offers is nothing too great. The performances are okay, and they are trying, I'll give them that, but the comedy is just not there, and it's just not good enough. And I can understand it's not trying to be too over the top with the comedy, because they are trying to survive. But it's just, I don't know. There's a lot missing from this film. It doesn't satisfy, and there's a lot of convenient things that happen during the course of this movie as well, in how these people survive, and in a way that also is very unsatisfying too. Needless to say, this is not the greatest movie in the world, and unfortunately for John Cena, some of the stuff that he's making now as an actor is it's very crap. Like, if you've seen the movie Hidden Strike, you know what I mean. One of the worst films I've seen in 2023. And even though this is also a 2023 movie, it's the first film I've seen in 2024. And we haven't started this year too well, unfortunately, with this movie being a bit crap too. I'm going to give Freelance a very generous, and I do mean generous, 5 out of 10. I don't want to shit on it too much because it's not super terrible. It's just not great either, and it's far from great. It's far from good. And if it wasn't for the really good actors that are in this movie, like one Pablo Rabo who plays the the dictator, as well as I mentioned, Christian Slater and Alice Eve and Martin Kasokas. If it wasn't for these, these fantastic actors, Alison Brie, who plays the journalist as well, who's been in stuff like Glow, then this film would be far worse. I mean, John Cena is not a bad actor himself either. He's always improving with each movie. So the cast elevates this film. But other than that, the film itself can't be saved, even with a decent cast, because the script, the story elements, the humor, because it is trying to play a comedy, it's just not there. It's just not good enough. Anyway, let me know what you think. This film is now on Amazon, so hopefully more people will get to see it. It came out in October of 2023, probably under everyone's radar because I had no idea this film existed until I saw it pop up on Amazon. So there you go. Anyway, let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, not only to NerdTube on YouTube, but we're also on TikTok. So we're on both platforms. We're the greatest TikTok and YouTube channel you never heard of. Subscribe to us on both platforms. Take care now. And as it's only January the 2nd for me, I will say this. Have a happy new year.